joining me. As you can see, today we are out in the shed again, and you know what lives just out here in the shed? Yes, it's Beastie, our casting machine. And so I thought today I would actually show you some stuff being spun, because I've got it all set up, ready to go, ready to start a bit of casting. So let's take a look. I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to do a bit of walk around, so the sound may go a little bit funny and the camera work will be a bit shaky, but it'll show you the little setup that I've got here. Now this is obviously, it's quite a small shed. I've noticed on pictures and in videos that this looks a lot bigger than it is. Let me assure you, it's a very small shed, so I'm working in quite tight areas here, but let me show you what we've got. So first up here is the Von Chef oven, and you can see I've got some moulds in here. They've been heating up so that they're nice and up to temperature, so that when I put hot metal in it doesn't cool instantly. Here we have the casting machine itself and the compressor that holds the mould plates together. Here we've got a little crucible, and this is now up to temperature. I've had this on for about half an hour. So this is now on up to almost 350 degrees. So I'm going to put my ladle in there so that gets nice and hot, ready for when we're casting. And this is my sort of sorting area. So let me get rid of some of these trays. These are ones that I was sorting the other day. And these can live up on my pegboard. This is where I sort all of my raw castings ready to go into packages. And then when they're in the packages, here is my walls of packed stock ready to go. Now let's get these moulds out here. Okay, so two of these moulds, these are white vulcanized rubber, white silicone moulds. And when Chris does moulds, this is what I tend to get. You can see the rest of my mould store is down here, quite a lot of moulds in there. This one is a more regular black vulcanized mould. This one is one of my early moulds, actually from Griffin. And then finally in here, this one is a pink silicone mould, and the only pink silicone that I've really come across previously is RTV, that's room temperature vulcanization silicone. So I don't know actually from the company that made this for me. I don't know whether this is a room temperature vulcanization mold that's then been post-cured, post-vulcanized, or whether it's just another type of vulcanized silicone rubber. I don't know, but I can find out. All the other silicone molds that I've got have been white, so it's a bit of a bit of an oddity, that one. This is going to be noisy, but I'm going to change the camera angle and then let's do something. Okay, so here I have my black vulcanized rubber mold, which I have applied a lot of chalk to. One thing that I've worked out is that you need a lot more chalk than I thought that you needed. Otherwise you get very shiny miniatures, but also miniatures that lose a bit of detail on the edge. So put quite a lot of chalk on there. This is getting a large metal plate on top of it. Safety lid is going down, and then down here I've got a little pneumatic control. So that's what the compressor's for, and I'm just going to clamp this up to a certain PSI, and then it's going to get noisy. So I'm going to turn the machine on, I'm going to pour some metal into it, I'm going to leave it spinning for a little while, and then we'll see what we got. do another one. This time one of the white silicone moulds. Ordinarily, I do this dusting outside because it's really, really dusty, but it's a bit cold and a bit wet, so I'm going to do it inside today. But I'm going to shake it off outside because otherwise everything here gets covered in chalk. There we go. Now I'm going to do the pink one. Now this is a mould with big creatures in it, so I'm going to need more ladles of metal, and it's going to need to spin for longer. But I've not done this one before, so it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. There's no molten metal flowing back into the well in the middle, so that's a good sign. But as that took 3 ladles full, who knows if there's air bubbles in between? Who knows if I ladled it in quick enough? Who knows whether any of that's cast? It's a mystery until we open it. Feels quite warm as well. It's going to take a while for this to set. So here's the first one that we did. Whee! There you go. Satisfying. Some of these figures are obviously trapped in here, so it didn't pull out as a whole thing, but that's, as far as I can tell without inspecting really closely, that's a 100% successful cast. And since it is, we can put it back in and do another one. And there's my second mould. Okay, successful cast. That's Booker Raiders back in stock for those of you who are waiting for Booker Raiders. Obviously, I need to do slightly more than one spin's worth really to put them back in stock. Oh no, that one's not quite. See, there you go. This one has lost a fin. You won't be able to see that there, but that's... So that has to go back in. That's okay. That is annoying though. It makes me realise why mould makers like to have moulds of the same figure all the way around. Not just because the more even the size of cavity you've got around the outside, the more consistent the metal flow through the mould is, but also because if I've spun this mould and it's got one copy of everything and I need one copy of everything for the set, if one figure miscasts, I need to spin the whole thing again before I've even got one set. If I had 3 of each thing, or a mould that was full entirely of one figure, let's say it has 10 of one figure in, and I've spun this and one's miscast, I've still got 9 successful figures. So it feels a lot like you make a lot more progress when you've got consistency. It's more expensive as a producer to set up moulds, which is why I do moulds in sets, but I can understand now, having spun some, why casters might prefer to do it the other way. This one's still quite hot, so I'm not going to demould that yet. In fact, I'm not going to demould it on camera. You're going to have to wait for next time to see what's hiding in the mould. So that'll be a surprise. I'll end it there. I hope that's been interesting, especially if you've not seen metal spun before. It's quite fun doing it. And if you're in the area and you want to come and play, you want to come and do some casting, or you want to see me do some casting, give me a shout. And that'll be fun. We can organise a little studio tour of my shed. Take care, and I'll see you next week.